dumbbell or kettlebell snatch. I'm going to start with a dumbbell. So if you have access to a dumbbell, that's what you can use. This is a great starting tool. All right, you'll see when I demonstrate with the kettlebell, it's a little bit more challenging. So I want you guys to start with a dumbbell for this. So same premise as with that swing. We're going to be more with our hip hinge than a squat. So I'm going to start, the dumbbell's going to go between my legs. It's going to be more in that vertical position. My hips are pushed back. As I stand, my glutes are engaged and I'm lifting it right above my head into that snatch position. Notice my wrist is now facing forwards. When I bring it back down, it's going to go back to that vertical position and then I snatch it back up. So it's down, using that power from my glutes and my hips, up, down, powering up and down. And I can even push my glutes and my hips farther back. My hamstrings are a little sore today, so I'm having trouble really pushing back into it. But you really want to stick that booty out as you go up. So you'll do all the reps on one arm, and then it's the same thing, only on the other side. Usually you'll have one side that's a little bit more comfortable with this. Now, I forgot to talk about the ending position. You want it right by your ear. So make sure that arm is not going too far back, too far forwards. It's right by that ear. Now, let's break it down with the kettlebell. Kettlebell is going to look a little different. If you've never done this before, really start light with a dumbbell. Because if you have a 20-pounder kettlebell for a snatch, let's not start there. That's a little bit more too challenging for that. So, hips are going to be back again. Now for this one, my kettlebell, I'm just going to show you and then you can kind of see what the kettlebell does. When I snatch it up, my kettlebell flips around, goes to the outside of my wrist. So I snatch, it goes back. Notice I'm stopping right at my ear again. As I'm doing this, it's almost like I'm breaking the kettlebell. So I'm like squeezing it tight to slow it down as it flips on the other side of my wrist. So it's like I squeeze it like a brake and then it goes back down. These are one of my favorite moves because it really does work the arms, but it is kind of tricky to learn. So same thing, other side, hips go back. You're gonna break it up and then slowly flip it back down. So again, starting light with this is a great option. Do not try it with the kettlebell. If you've never tried it with the kettlebell, start with the dumbbell first because that takes a while. And if you notice the first few times the kettlebell is really banging on the back of your wrist, that is common. You just gotta work on that break or kind of really squeezing it as it flips it up and over so you don't bruise yourself. Sometimes people put little like bandages or padding around there so they get used to that banging with the kettlebell. Eventually it does get better though.